Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Men's Conference podcast. This is episode 10. Woo! Double-digit number. We are finally here. It seems like something that was very hard to achieve, but hey, we are men at the end of the day. We do it. It's yours truly, Karas, a.k.a. that. Okay, you already know who it is. Okay, let me not sell myself out here. I am, of course, being, I would say... They're my partners, my friends, and my people. All right? This is my boy on my right. That is Laz. What's up, my nigga?
I'm awesome,
Long
bro.
time no see. Does that make sense? And on my right, far right, the man himself, DC, a.k.a. the legend of awesomeness.
Yo, what's up? How you doing?
Oh, yeah?
How you doing, bro?
So you're going to just be cool.
I'm always cool, man.
It is what it is.
This is always cool, bruh.
And we have a surprise guest for you. But before I get into that, Wakalume Ufweni. This episode 10 of the Men's Conference podcast is brought to you by PULSE right here. This is the drink I'm enjoying myself. This one is blueberry. Yeah, of course. The ladies are going to love this, so as well as the guys. I am actually liking it myself. Let me just take it. I'm not a chocolate.
Yeah, right.
There's just something tasty about it, okay?
Yeah.
But please remember, not for sale to the people or persons below the age of 18. All right, let's just keep it lawful. Matter of fact, if you're a kid, you shouldn't even be watching this in the first place. But guys, we're here, 10th episode. How is everybody?
I'm excited.
You're excited?
Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
excited.
But we've got one more surprise for the guests out there.
I wonder
of
who.
course.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a guest today, and her name is Rosie Rose. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fantastic. What's
How's
poppin'?
thy day?
It's hot. It's hot.
It's hard.
Nangai mumfela bwanja. How are you feeling today?
I'm good. I'm good.
All right.
I couldn't be better.
Welcome to the Men's Conference
Thank
podcast.
you very much. I love that the men's conference are having a women's perspective. I actually
Yeah.
saw the other one and I'm like, hey, the girls are being represented,
All
right?
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
we're no longer misogynists.
Exactly. That's what we've been recognized as.
Well, I am in no position to tell you whether or
Oh
not
man,
you are.
I enjoyed that title.
Why? Why?
I personally, yeah, because I knew it was a lie.
It's the healthy toxic in this guy.
I think so. He's the villain. It's what I keep on saying. He's the villain.
You know how these days we romanticize villains, right?
Yeah.
Like it's no longer that type of thing where we look at a villain, that's the bad guy. You know, like people will bully you for being the bad guy in a
Yeah.
movie. These days, it's like, oh, he has childhood trauma.
I need to fix
Just
him.
depressed.
I'll fix him. I can fix him.
That crap. But then,
but do girls actually believe they can fix a guy?
unfortunately, delusionally, yes.
Wow.
I do.
Have you ever thought that you can
I
fix a guy?
have, unfortunately. I have.
Did you succeed?
Oh, no.
Love
No one,
Mulusaka.
I think no one ever succeeds in
Love
doing that.
Mulusaka.
But you,
It's
what
wild.
about you?
You know, the new Zambian love story is get into a relationship, let things look beautiful, and then right after, boom, heartbreak. It's a new thing.
But hey, which is why you're going to help us out on how to have a happy relationship. I believe DC has something here to tell us. You know, I believe DC has got a
What do I have?
he's got a topic for us today.
What
fella.
is the
topic?
topic?
Yeah, which is actually in relation to what you just said a couple of seconds ago, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Yeah.
It's dope.
Yeah.
Well, the topic for today is helping, people have a stable relationship out there, because people have been complaining, to say they cannot find love. It is difficult. How do they sustain a stable relationship? Men and women, more especially men, because they're on the men's conference. So
yeah.
Help us out there, eh?
Men are actually finding it difficult to find love out there, because these days, ladies want money than love.
Money talks, man.
Yeah.
I mean, in as much, I think exile saw the future. You know what I mean? Love nanjala sivi and delana.
No.
In that movie, rather in that song, House Money Car.
But then, sorry to stop you
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
But then, don't you think it's like a phase in our lives, right? The time when those songs were coming out, we were like younger
Yeah, we
and
were
not
kids.
understanding it.
Yeah.
And then we caught up to reality. Don't you feel it's like a wheel that's already existent and we're just falling into place into it?
You know, I feel like love has always been revolved around what the other can offer.
Yeah.
It's all about resources. It's just that today it's magnified so much simply because there's just so much to need.
Yeah.
Back in the day, you could have like I wouldn't say broke boyfriend. You can have a boyfriend that is getting
Stable.
by. But you know what? You didn't have to flex to anyone.
Yeah.
But today in today's time, we've seen people, social media wise, all right?
Yeah.
They're always at a nice restaurant. We know bakugulira kocha bevo vakudia evo. You know, they take photos there in these exotic places,
Yeah.
wearing nice stuff. You know, they're in places that other people would consider you have to be rich or you have to have money to be in that location. So I think that could be the reason to why it's more magnified in today's time.
And
So-
why are relationships failing in Lusaka? Why?
You know, I feel like the social media mindset.
Yeah.
To be honest, I'm always saying this even to my friends. When you're getting into a relationship, please leave the delusions of social media. Like, stop doing it for the photos. Stop doing it for the likes.
Wait.
For the gram.
Wait. So I have a question. Now you
Yeah.
said relationships failing in Osaka, right? But who's causing relationships to fail
Everyone.
in Osaka? Everyone.
Everyone.
Isn't it-
Everyone.
isn't
The
there-
guys are innocent.
The guys are innocent.
No,
right?
no.
Guys are innocent.
You know, the funny thing is the first time I saw this podcast, I was so against it. I was like, oh my God, these are the problems we're talking about. Like, this is why we are failing as a country to produce love. This is the mindset you're walking around.
No. But the thing is that
Oh my God. Don't worry, you healed as you went.
no,
We healed.
look.
Except you were hurt.
Never been hurt, bro.
There.
Except you were hurt. She's saying at who hurt you, except.
But
At who hurt the
though
men's
that's a real
conference?
question.
Uh-huh.
Guys, who hurt you?
It's not that. It's
Reality.
not that.
Reality.
It is not that.
Reality.
It seems that most women are actually living in a delusion
Very
that
delusional.
they want certain standards. That's not all men, just 20% of men in the world can actually provide.
Anyway, speaking live as a woman, yes, it's true. The Delulu land is full of us. Trust me. And the delusions start from the high expectations that make no sense.
Yeah.
And it's sad to see, really. I don't know if it's the person that our family raised, like the people that we were raised as young ladies. I think the mindset was different. But then I don't know if that's the thing or we've just been diluted as we've gone. But you come to realize that women today, we wake up in the morning, we expect 5 good morning messages from one guy. I love you, Nakatiexen Pamwamba.
Which is not real,
No,
I should say.
it's not
I tried
real.
that, Exe. I tried that for sending text messages. Kuseni na usiku. That is exhausting.
It doesn't even work.
It doesn't. She actually resents you more for doing that.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
I mean, okay,
what
okay.
demons did you date?
Oh no, but do you find that romantic?
Yeah, you know what?
Like every day?
I think that will get me into like my first point, communication. Yeah, communication is a huge part of relationships. I think we downplayed this one. We think when we say communication, it's just the
Communicate every
basics.
day.
But isn't there such a thing
no.
as over communication?
No, there isn't actually.
There's no limit.
That's if your relationship is unhealthy, then yes, it is over communication. I'll give you an example, right? Picture this. The night before you're on phone, you're talking, and either she or he excuse themselves saying, oh, I'm sorry, right now I need to call, say home. Like I need to call someone from home or a family member. I'll give you a call. And if you have a good emotional intelligence, you can either pick something up from their body language. You notice, okay, he's fine. He just wants to make this call. Or if he doesn't look okay, you'd be like, okay, he's not okay, but cool. Let me let him do his thing. And say, nigga doesn't call back. And you stayed up the whole time. I know the natural instinct of us women is be impatient, be pissed, and just go, hey, you said you'd call, you didn't call. No. In the morning, take your time. Does he text back? Does he not text back? Now, the difference between a healthy relationship and an unhealthy one, right, is if our relationship is healthy, I will give you a time to call. And I will expect that the time when you are going to call, you're going to tell me what happened last night, right? But if the relationship is unhealthy, those are the times where by the time you're calling her, your day is messed, bruh. It's going to be, hey, you hate me, you don't love me, this, that. And by then, your train of thought is gone, right? A healthy relationship, good communication would lead to the understanding that, oh, my person will call. Probably something happened. And for sure, when they call, you're going to talk it out. Oh, what happened last night? This is another mentality that, guys, please, let's stop this mentality. Ladies, guys are not mind readers. Damn, say what you want.
Hold on a
woman.
second. Ladies and gentlemen, on the podcast and the people at the back, we finally have the first woman in human history that has admitted that men cannot read minds.
Round of applause. Round
Guys,
of applause.
Now, I can trust our generation. You understand? Now,
What, you lost hope?
I lost hope.
You sold the bundles of hope.
To me, the world had ended. I was just thinking, when is he coming? When is God coming? Because what you just said here is something that every man, you see, there's a girl once told me, you just don't know how to read cues. I'm like, excuse me. I don't know how to read cues? Like, why are you treating this, whatever it is,
as
into
traffic lights?
I don't know if women want us to be calculating relationships like some crazy quantum mechanics or physics. You read into it like it's a Pythagoras
That's
theorem.
why people are overthinking now.
Exactly, because everybody's like, did she like what I did? What would she think of me if I do this? What would she think of me when I do that? I don't want to seem needy. I don't want to seem clingy. I just want to be there. I don't
Things are complicated these days.
Exactly. I don't think my grandpa ever worried if my grandma would think he's looking needy or he's looking clingy. This is the problem with today's relationships. And you know why I blame? Females. I'm sorry. I blame you guys. You know why? Because you see, in relationships, there was only one person that used to overthink. It was women. Now, women made men to also start
Join the
overthinking.
overthinking
Exactly.
part.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When she goes out, we tend to think, okay, what is she doing? Obviously, she's with another
Paranoia,
guy.
except.
Exactly. Paranoia kicks in.
Yeah.
What is she doing out there? If she doesn't reply to your messages, who is she with right now?
Who is she talking to?
Who
I
is she
see she's
talking to?
online right now.
Exactly. When she shares certain things, now you're thinking, oh my God.
Who did something. Yeah, that makes sense, and that's the problem that I'm seeing. There's no balance. I like to give this example. Any martial arts fighter or boxer or anything, you can notice during a fight, one has to give in before they give out, right?
Yeah.
But then these days we're not seeing that balance. Everyone wants to be the big-headed or butt-header or caregiver or no, guys, one has to be lesser than the other.
Yeah.
Relationships will never be 50-50.
But what you've said is true, but here's what I will say. Since the dawn of time, men have always been the same. You do realize as men, we never really change in our attitudes.
Yeah, because our goal is to protect, provide, and make sure.
Look, if you were to say the thing about being big and whatever, men have always had stoicism and the dominance factor.
Okay, well,
it's women that have actually started climbing to say, I too can be a warrior.
I think a few minutes earlier,
Okay.
you mentioned how it has moved from a position where guys would be the level-headed people, and then now they're overthinkers too, right?
Yeah.
Due to that evolution, there has been a change in male thought processes. Men naturally are providers, givers, and want to take care and protect, right?
Yeah.
But ever since this whole mentality of, what do you bring to the table?
Oh my God.
It has just diluted the ball.
What do you bring to the table?
Honey, I ain't even gonna go there. What's the table? What is the table first? Either way, you know, like there's been this thing, like people have just, they've messed it up. It's moved from a position where guys will naturally just know, oh, this is what I gotta do.
Yeah.
We understand that we women have got cycles
Yeah.
every month.
Yeah.
You know, like we move from points where we have the lowest estrogen levels to the highest estrogen levels, and that messes with everything. Did you know you get a new girlfriend every week? Every week you have a new girlfriend. Why? Today she's going to have high estrogen. Her tummy will be out. Tomorrow it's going to drop. The next day it will be balanced. The next, oh, my period has started. There we go. The cycle begins again. So at the end of the day, men back then just knew my job is provider, protector, conqueror, and it ends there.
Which
But
you still
So
believe
basically,
till now.
what you're saying is that women are to blame for why relationships don't really last.
I
between-
wouldn't say women per se.
Yeah.
I feel like there's also been men that came in thinking they were helping.
Yeah.
But then unfortunately, a shift happened.
The simps, ka?
The Sims.
No, the Sims don't have a problem, guys.
Huh? Huh?
The Sims aren't problems. No.
What? The Sims are the problems of
Excuse me.
relationships.
Yep.
Excuse
the
me,
Sims
Rose.
are destroying
Okay,
the economy.
okay, before
They-
y'all come for my head, define a simp.
A simp.
Should I
Who
go?
you
You
go?
go.
Gonna-
Please go
Okay.
ahead.
A simp is that one dumbass nigga that thinks overpraising, putting a woman on a pedestal, worshipping the ground she walks in or walks on is how you get a woman. A simp is literally an ass kisser, a bootlicker to women. A guy that thinks to bootlick a woman is how I get her to be with me. That's not how it works. That's what a simp is. So,
Before,
If she doesn't reciprocate, that's a simp.
Yeah.
of course. But guess what? Every
okay,
time
okay,
you,
okay. I like
Yeah.
what you say there. Reciprocity. What type of reciprocity are we talking about here?
If whatever I'm giving, she should also give back as well.
Yes.
If I'm giving her love, praise, she should also do the same thing as well. If she wants the relationship to be stable,
Yeah.
not whereby I'm giving her everything and she's not giving me anything. So that really doesn't make sense in a relationship.
Okay.
So that's what we call a simp. A simp that always praises the girl, who's always providing, doing everything that she says, but she doesn't even do anything for
the
the
Yeah.
simp does 90% of the relationship.
100%.
And you,
Yeah,
and you know
thank
what,
you.
and you know what that causes when Sims are keep praising women is that they become entitled.
Yeah.
They always think I'm this beautiful, I can do whatever I want, and all that stuff. So I think that's the reason why most women become
Yeah,
overconfident.
Disney movies have
Yeah.
they've invented simps
Okay,
actually.
I feel like right now we can define it as a simp complex only because the values of our relationship have died down along the road. Natural culture that has existed for the longest is that you marry off as a virgin, isn't it?
Yeah.
That has been the culture.
Can't we
for
go
the
back to such a
longest.
wonderful time?
Yeah, you know, I wish that too. But then the unfortunate part is because of that culture dying. I'm sorry, guys. Don't shoot me. I'm not coming here to look like this holy person. No, I'm an indulger too. So we're all sinners here. But either
not me.
way, the whole complex changed when it became an insecure story of how many has she been with, and then people started simping to get down in someone's pants. You know, like simping became simping not because people wanted to put a ring on it. It became simping because people wanted to spread the legs deep. So you find that a good number of simps are simps because of what they can get out of it, and mostly it's the pleasure. And then it ruins the guys that actually want to build something with this person. Because to be honest, let's think about it, right? If the goal is marriage, if the goal is like mpaka fie forever, do you think sex would be one of my biggest issues?
No.
It's just like the cherry on top. You know, we would actually focus on things like, is she a good communicator?
Yeah.
Does she have empathy? Does she have a heart for kids? Does he provide?
Does she
Can
arc?
he do this?
Bruh.
You
Stop being a
created
pervert.
those problems later onwards in this life.
Stop being a pervert.
So you see,
just saying.
someone moved the real principalities of life
Yeah.
and put the bedroom stories in front.
You know why?
I think it's the stuff they watch nowadays.
Exactly.
The music
Yeah.
videos, the movies,
Yeah.
the icons they
Like
look up
sex has
to.
become so cheap, it's lost its value.
Exactly. Everybody's giving it anyhow.
It's everywhere. These days, the normal art of chivalry that we had back then, where a guy will come pick you up from work and say, "Oh, let me get you home." These days, he's only doing that to either kiss you or touch something, and just like, bro.
And you know what? I blame that.
But
I blame
here's
that
the
on
thing.
exposure. I blame that on exposure
Yeah.
because the more a woman gets exposed to the outside world, the less likely should want to be in a relationship with a stable man who does everything traditional, like provide, protect. Okay, I'll marry you. I'll give you the kids and all
These
that.
days, it's so bad that I love to watch 90 Days Fiancé, right? And it's so bad that you can see couples that are fighting because he didn't want to have sex.
Yeah, simple things like that. Simple things like
Yeah,
that.
well-
He literally is proposing that this couple should follow, like, there's this relationship book, so it's like a couple, and the guy had envisioned that when she travels down to his country, they can follow some book that he was reading about relationships, so that they have like a deeper connection and whatnot. And she's there threatening to fly back to the States because he didn't touch her. And I'm there like, it's this bad?
Because of media.
Let me tell
Because
you
of
something.
And
media.
don't forget parents as well. Parents
Yeah.
are very clear.
Yeah, you know-
because listen, when I talk about parents, and what I mean is that there's certain parents that don't usually give a talk to their kids about how the relationships are supposed to work, right?
Yeah.
By the time maybe they're supposed to say things like, okay, by the time you're 18, this is what's going to happen. By the time you're 25, this is what you're supposed to do. Now they don't say anything, and eventually they go to the outside world, they go to schools, to colleges to start experimenting, having their own ideas what a relationship and how sex should be and the kind of husband that women should be going for.
And now that you've talked about colleges and
Yeah.
universities, please, if you're watching this and you are a university or college student and you're in your first year, please, tapapat. Sex, relationships in that year will just ruin you. It ain't taking you nowhere. You don't know yourself. This is your first time experiencing freedom, so you're excited. You want to experience everything. Guys, we are tired of receiving abortion patients in hospitals. No, like, please, and thank you.
Guys, give us some juice. Come on. Huh? Look at this. Why are they so loud? Oh my goodness, the haters in here. It's
The
insane.
haters. These are the ones who pray on our first year. Our first year buyers. We have found you.
Samia kana na kutota.
Tami Peza, we have found you.
So
And
yeah. You know, that's a very interesting. Okay, you know, I understand we're living in an era where they say women now have been the liberalization of women, so on and so forth. All right? That women can do anything they want. You dig? I understand that concept, but it's reached a point. You know, somebody once said, for a man to gain sexual access, he has to climb up the ladder.
thank you.
You have to be a somebody in order for you to actually
My
have
mother
sex.
says, be a wall, not
Exactly.
a door.
Exactly.
Throw the key in the ocean. If he's willing to swim for that key, oh, girl, he's the one.
There are sharks in the sea. Anyway.
That's the thing. Like, risk that money
Yeah.
for the coochie.
What? No, Kash, you've lost me. You've lost me.
No,
But
like,
here's-
do your thing. But anyway, the ladder
Here's
analogy.
the thing. Here's the thing. All right. A man climbs up the ladder in order to get sexual access. Because women only sleep with the guy that is up there.
Yeah.
You know, you don't.
But what I think is that when he climbs up the ladder, it's just to be respected and be acknowledged.
Yeah,
the
but-
sexual access only comes after when he realizes and says, "Oh, this is how easy I can get
'cause-
women."
But at the end of the day, for a woman won't sleep with a guy who's not respected anywhere. You understand? So
then
at the
she
end
just
of the
has
day,
a problem.
Exactly. For you to get to the top,
Yeah.
it's you know, when I get respect when I'm at the top, women just come.
Yeah.
You understand? But women, here's the thing. Women are already at the top. She already has the beauty and whatever. The more sex she gets is the more she goes down. You understand? This
Oh,
is
you mean
why
like her value
guys
drops?
her value drops. So a man has to get up there on the mountain. The woman is already at the mountain. But in as much as they say, no, body count doesn't matter. I'm sorry, yo.
I mean-
I'm sorry.
I mean-
it does matter.
I mean, doesn't that depend on the type of women, though, because I hear
Exactly,
I
yeah.
hear stories that certain women, sure, they would like to have sex with men who are like have value, right? Who are respected in society. But I hear stories whereby, despite being married to a successful person, they're still sleeping with other people who have nothing, bro.
That's
then-
going to lead us to our
that's
next
true.
point.
Yes, but that's a low quality woman.
No. Don't even blame the quality here.
No, because what kind of a
No,
intelligent
no.
woman
Now, this
would
is-
risk it all?
This is
for
something
a
that our
Kambwanda?
generation is making a mistake on also.
That's the
Guys,
problem.
I'm glad that we have men here, and I hope you carry this and take this to your girlfriends, right? Or wives. The thing is, women are emotional beings.
That's true.
True, very true.
I like something that someone said. She was saying, we always talk about how when a woman denies the husband or the man sex, it just spirals into a certain behavior from him. But we never talk about why she's denying the sex in the first place, right? Women are emotional beings.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're the richest man in this world. If you don't give me emotional satisfaction, honey, I'll be dry the whole year.
No, it's very true.
Very true.
It's
And
very
then
true.
you'll find that the same low standard, low class, nothing of a nigga can give her all the emotional stimulation in this world, and she will bust it open.
Oh,
She
so true.
will kneel down for that man. She is going to honor that man and praise him and give him everything he needs. And you'll be like, but how?
But I've got the
That's true.
money.
Because here's the thing.
Man.
This is something that we always say, the guys here.
Yeah.
You see, guys have limited the issue of, when I say gaining respect, so on and so forth, it's not always equating to just make money. Because that's what our generation is.
Yeah, everything's money these days.
Yes, we tell guys to get your money up. Of course, money is very important. But I've always said, as a guy, you have to be at least winning 70% of every realm. Financially, you're doing well. Communication, you're doing well. You've got character, you've got charisma, you've got patience. You have to win. The list of what a man has to do is almost endless at some
Yeah.
point. You feel
Yeah.
me? There's so many things that you have to check in order for a chick to be around you. You understand? This is why it all comes down to what I was saying. She has to respect you to sleep with you. A girl will not cheat on a guy she respects.
Thank
it
you.
never happens.
Thank you. Somebody
So the time
had
you
to say
say
it.
if you're not giving her attention, she goes to sleep with another dude. That's because she's lost respect for you.
Yeah.
That's why she's with another guy.
You know, the funny thing
understand? It's
is,
simple.
I've heard so many men complain, girls these days don't have respect. Girls, the same girls who you call the B word, the same girls who you call S words, the same girls who you call the W. Are you sure?
But I would argue with that. But continue.
Well, listen, I understand where the argument would come from even before you say it.
Yeah.
But then reality is this, right? Women. Women respect their fathers because their fathers are soft with them. You know, my father will yell at me, yes. It's not that he doesn't have his days. He does. He's my father. He wants to correct me. But the balance between the hard stuff and the soft stuff. Why do you think they say girls with daddy issues make the worst decisions?
Yeah, no, that's true.
They've never been loved.
That's true.
Like, they don't understand what love is. But then when... I love to say my dad has set the standard of love. Like, oof, damn. Even my outfits. That man would check my outfit and tell me
Where are you
that
going?
makes
That's
you
how it's
look
supposed to
poor. Go, I
Yeah,
change
that's
your
good.
clothes.
Yes.
And there's times I want to dress all girly in a short dress and look cute. And he'll be there like, you know what, once in a while, do your thing, girl. You look good. That's the balance that men don't understand. Give a woman that sense of home. Let her feel the masculine energy from a man, and that will cancel out her masculine energy. You do understand that women are feminine and masculine.
Yeah.
Even men.
Same as men, exactly. So if men, women these days, I've come to realize that all of us are functioning in masculine mode.
Yeah,
the
'cause-
majority are
and-
moving in
and-
masculine mode.
You know
and
what-
this is
where the
reason-
problem is?
And this
Yeah.
is a reason why most men don't like most business women.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the fact is that they're in the masculine role, they don't want to respect the guy, despite
Mm-hmm.
him respecting the woman, but they do not want to do certain things like maybe
Yeah.
iron his t-shirt, cook for him,
Yeah.
and all those
whoa,
other
whoa,
extra.
whoa,
Wait, let me finish.
There comes the battle.
Eh,
except-
eh. So the fact is that, look, I understand as a woman that's working. I understand as a woman that is working. When you come home, you're exhausted. But at least on the weekend,
You are going too far.
No,
Daddy,
wait.
wait.
Then
Daddy,
on the
Daddy,
on the
wait.
weekend,
No,
you could
hold
really
up.
do something. Okay, let me ask you. Okay. You say your piece, and I'm gonna ask you a question.
Yes.
You say your piece, and I'm gonna
Let
ask
me
you a
say
question.
my piece.
Yeah.
Girls who don't want to iron and wash are just girls who don't want to iron and wash. It has nothing to do about the feminine and masculine energy.
No, it is. It is got to do
No,
with that.
it
Is
doesn't.
got to do with
Listen,
that. Okay,
no.
let me ask you a question. If we go outside, right? Oh no, let me even not go outside. If we're in the house, we're living together, right? And the thief breaks in. Who should go out there and protect the other? Is it supposed to be me or is it supposed to be you?
Any one of us.
No.
Nah, Rose,
Yeah,
Rose.
choose.
Let's be
Rose,
realistic.
this
Let's
is the dangerous part of me.
Rose.
Okay, David,
Rose.
can I spin it? Can I
Yes,
spin
please,
it? Okay.
please spin it.
Okay,
Yeah.
let's say you're in the bedroom, right?
Yeah.
You hear people breaking.
Guys.
And then he takes a look outside, right? He sees 10 guys.
Now
10 guys, right?
This is the misdefinition I like to talk about.
What is the
We
definition?
take the roles of whatever gender perspective as the energy that comes out of us. Just because the role has been deemed masculine. Hell, guys, I lived in a household where if we have a dark picture or the guy is stuck, my father is waking me up. I am the one going. He will even be behind, carrying whatever he can, but I'm lifting the heavy stuff. Like, Rose, let's go. And I'm going to go do that. It doesn't mean that's the masculine in me working. No, it's just a part of it. Girls who don't want to do that stuff, that's just their mentality and the roles that they've thought they've gotten. The energy, on the other hand, is different. Women that you hear, I cannot submit, I don't need a man, that's the masculine energy speaking.
Of course.
Okay, let me
of
ask you a
course.
question.
That's true.
There's a difference
Let me ask
there.
you a question. You said your father used to wake you up, right? But was your mother doing something for your father, like maybe cook for him and stuff like that?
Yeah.
Exactly. So if you're saying that women, that doesn't that depends on that should not define a woman's role. Well, are you saying is that a woman should never cook for the husbands, or should they
No,
should
no,
that,
no,
or that
no.
should
No, because
depend on
That
how
is
they
where
feel?
you are misinterpreting me. You get it, eh? And I think this is the problem. A lot of girls have made it become a thing that me, I can't come home from work, I'm tired, I come and cook. No. It's
You know-
your household and you're the woman, you submit,
Rose-
whether you like it or
Yeah,
not.
that's
Yeah,
true.
that's
But Rose,
true.
can I say something?
Yes,
You know, you know who's. Here's the thing. We've heard so many tales. Okay, to say men in the olden days used to oppress women.
Yeah.
Then that's for sure. You could say that men oppressed women, never allowed them to have chances or any opportunities. In the 90s and the early 2000s, they would say men are calling women the B word, the hoes, the sluts, and so on. We see it in rap videos, so on and so forth, sexualizing women. We understood. But there came a time when men actually stopped doing that.
And then let women take the
Women
wheel.
have taken over to destroy. If there's a gender that just ruins it, that is
We are
self-destructive.
self-sabotaging.
It's
I'm
women,
sorry,
'cause-
ladies. I'm just going to put this out there.
For sure.
We are self-sabotaging.
Because look at the advice. Look at the advice that women give each other. Eh? Feminists have turned you masculine. They tell you don't need a man. You don't need protection. We've heard women, I don't need protecting. I don't need a man. I can make my own money.
Yeah.
All that is masculine energy. I'm sorry. Independence
Yes.
is masculine,
It's
energy.
Thank you.
A woman is not supposed to be independent in
Yes.
the sense like she's just flying like a speck of dust in the wind.
And you know why-
see?
and you know why
So
feminists
women
spit
are
out garbage?
actually ruining themselves.
And you know why
with the conversations they
It
tell
just
each other.
started with one hurt
he,
woman.
he wanted to say something.
Yeah, and you know why feminists spit out that garbage about you don't need a man?
Yeah, yeah.
It's because look, they couldn't get a man they wanted.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So they want to make sure that other women don't do the same thing.
Ladies,
Exactly.
ladies, from one woman to another, darling, one heartbreak should not define you. Just because that broken girl
You
down
see-
the street came to you and told you, darling, you don't need a man in your bed, that's a lie. When that light bulb blows and you're on your period, girl, you gonna call somebody to come change it. When that bill's up and your pregos, you gonna need somebody to pay it.
So-
So Please, let's be realistic.
So, Rose, you're a misogynist for saying that.
I'm sorry.
No, she's just being real.
No, I'm not
just
saying.
being real.
I'm not saying she's not. Because
Yeah,
if
in
I were to
today's
say
day-
that as a guy, I'm a
No.
misogynist.
In
So
today's
she's a
day,
misogynist.
I'm a problem.
In the feminist realm, she's a misogynist.
Fact.
Because look, you know the reason why females mostly attract the men that actually destroy their lives is because most of them have a bad thought line of how men are perceived. Or
You have
because-
premeditated thoughts.
Or because you had 2 heartbreaks, so you've now put it in your head that all men are trash. So you keep on attracting trash men.
Because that's the law of attraction.
The energy
What
you
you
give
think-
out is the energy you get.
Exactly. Because if you sit back and tell yourself to say, okay, I've dated these trash niggas. What is it that I should do?
What should I change?
What should I change?
Thank you.
Maybe it's the type of guy that I went after.
And
What
that
should I do?
That leads to a point I hope to talk about.
Healing.
Healing,
Exactly.
guys.
Heal. You know?
I told my ex one day when he was yelling and saying whatever, I said heal.
Mm-hmm.
And then he looked at me. That was a video call.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then he looked at me. Then days later, I said something and then he was like, heal. And I looked, I'm like, you're so cute. Because you did not even get the context of it. Guys, let's heal. Healing doesn't mean that just because you were hurt for the rest of your life, now you've healed, it's not going to hurt.
No.
No.
It's going to hurt.
Healing changes how you deal with your triggers, your
Yeah.
trauma responses, the people you attract, the people you spend your time with. Because you're healed, you recognize that, oh, when that happens, it makes me feel this way, hence I react that way. So I'm going to change it like this and like that. But because we're not healing in this, we're all lying to heal. This fake spiritual stuff that's going on the internet, guys, can we stop it?
I'm healing.
You mean
I don't need to date.
I'm healing. 2-4 days later, she goes out, she posts a photo just because maybe she's at some conference. Now
with
she even
50
tags
guys.
the ex, or she's going to tag the best friend so that he should see.
You know-
You are not healed.
And
know,
sleep
go
with
and
50
heal.
And sleep with 50 guys.
Can I
in
say
one
something?
night.
Can I say something? Speaking of healing, it reminds me of a very famous person. We shall not drop names.
Oh.
When her man married another woman, and then she was like, oh, I'm just focusing on myself, self-love, I'm healing. She's at the club, when you're just free. We're like, we
You
all know
are
that's trauma.
broken.
You're broken.
Because listen-
people who heal don't behave like
because
that.
listen, because when you're a woman who's like 60 years old, right, you're going to look back and say, what did I achieve? in my
Yeah.
life? You think you being in the club is going to be an achievement that your kids will
No,
say,
it's
what's
not.
this?
That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's so sad to see how my sisters and fellow females these days think it's. Look, I'm not talking down going to the club. It's
Yeah, yeah,
fine.
yeah,
Once in a while,
yeah.
do your thing, live your life, like experience those things. But if that becomes your main focus, if the second it gets Wednesday, you have to order a dress for Saturday. Guys, you're not growing, you're not healing, you're not progressing, you're not being a woman that you have to be. Thing that we forget is that we are co-creators. It's not a small role. It is not a small role. Being a woman, even just, guys, you don't have to have a child to understand the goddess in you. Even just your period itself, it says something about you. It shows you the power that you hold. Your body literally cries out blood just because you didn't make someone that year, that month. Like, imagine that. And then you want to, I feel like we stopped valuing ourselves as women also. That power that Black women had back then, where as a woman, our mothers would tell us, you don't sit like that. Put your legs together. You don't do that. You're a woman. You don't do that. You're this, you're that. That has died.
True.
These days, females, just because I'm in pants, it now becomes a situation where I'm going to bust it open however I want to. I can answer however I want to. Just because you have money, that doesn't define you, right? Just because you can create a child and there's sperm banks and IVF treatments these days, doesn't mean you look down on a man. You still need a man. We need a man.
Because look, there's
She's
something
on
that
a
I want
roll.
to...
This is sorry. Just I'm not saying anything, but guys, she was on a roll right there. I'm
Yeah,
gonna just
she was.
give her juice.
Yeah,
That was dope. That was dope.
'Cause
I wish
look-
more women could think like that.
Because look, one thing I can tell women out there is that it is really important for you to actually, if you cannot get a man or if you don't want to have a man, it is really important for you as a woman to actually have a child, because if you reach 60, 50, you will be alone
You
and you'll
will
be
be
wondering.
alone.
Exactly.
And-
And you'll be wondering, where are the people around me? And you'll be celebrating your 70th birthday alone in a restaurant, and people will be wondering, this woman, doesn't she have children?
Doesn't she have kids?
Exactly.
And those are the bitter women we see today.
Yes,
Guys, listen,
yes.
I know this episode has looked like I've centered a lot on females. This also goes to guys, right?
Yeah.
Guys, help women get out of the masculine energy into the feminine. How do you do that? Heal with her. I know people say you can't change somebody. Yes, we're not saying change her. We're saying try to understand where she's from. I love something that a guy told me. He said, I will listen. I know you don't understand what that is, but I will listen. And I was like, what do you mean? And you know, I'm always like top-notch energy. If something's wrong, I'm going to tell you. And he would always say, listen, I'm here. I'm neutral. I will listen. Like, oh, what are you going through? I got you. I will listen. And you know what that did to me? It moved me from a point where I always wanted to protect myself to a point where I could be the woman I am. You know, us women are crybabies.
No, I know.
We are crybabies. I won't run away from that. But imagine being the man that she can cry to. It's not always finances. Train her to not understand that money is the only way. Let her test the money side of you. I don't mean guys shouldn't give money to their girlfriends. No. Be the provider you are. But there's a thin line between providing and now just doing it for doing. And just doing it to prove a point. You know, like provide, let her, if she tells you, and you know, I feel like guys, these are the cues that people talk about. She comes, she tells you, I'm in a wig shop, I found a wig, it's really nice, but then, you know what, like the price. So I'm hoping this week I can make some money to be the provider that will instinctively say, okay, she probably is short of money, so let me ask her, like, how much is a wig? And then send her something and say, oh, I hope this helps with what you want to get. Get it, right? Like, don't always have the woman have to request. Like, these days, guys want you to tell them, oh, I'm on my period, buy me pads. No, guys. The second, have this thing. Like, the second she goes, ish, I don't know what's going on, I'm having tummy trouble.
And yeah, because I think that most people, especially both men and women, have got it mixed up without realizing the most important thing they're supposed to be good at in life. It's not about making money. It's not about being independent. For a man, his number one job is to make sure he's good at talking to women, and a woman's job is to make sure she's good at attracting men. That way, when they come together, they create something beautiful. I
don't know. I feel like there's too much surface level stuff on the internet. We wake up every day to people talking about the grind, the hustle, being the quality woman, being the dominant femdom. And I'm just there like,
that's not what attracts a man.
Where's the reality of life? No, away from that. Let's just be real. It's life, guys. No matter how independent you are, I know you want a hug. Like, you need a hug. You need somebody to tell you, God damn, you're beautiful. Guys need somebody to tell them, you're working hard.
Exactly.
You got this.
Exactly.
Like,
I need my woman to come to me and tell me.
Proud of you.
But that depends if you're doing your job right?
Exactly.
Because,
yes. Because it's not all the time.
Because if you're just lazy at home doing nothing, you can't expect it to
regardless, even when we're talking about doing our job right, it goes back to the basics of life. When we're doing our job right, are we still recognizing the basics of life? And this is where boundaries come into play, right? We can be, I love you, you're cute, we can talk. Someone posted a 14-hour call. And I was like, and then they captioned it as, I want this every day.
Imagine, bullshit.
I was like,
what the hell? Yo, do you know we've got business, we're busy
when
life.
will we make money to eat?
Exactly.
No, not even to become rich, guys. Just for the just for basics.
Unrealistic standards that
So
most women actually
unrealistic.
put on men.
Our generation has become just so superficial. In a sense that
that's the word.
In a sense that what we like quick dopamine hits. You know what I mean? Quick what do they call it? Easy pleasure? You know, where you don't really
and
have
that
to
is
work
why the
for
porn
it.
industry is doing well.
Exactly. And you know, all this is actually geared. Here's the thing. I've always told guys, like, you do realize it all comes down to money. In the situation relationships are in, all comes down to money. Because everything that we're saying here is anti-porn. Do you understand? Because think about it like this. If you don't have lonely men, who's going to watch porn?
Thank you.
If men are busy and when they want to have
Being
sex, they have a
productive.
woman, they won't need to watch porn.
Yeah. Who's
And-
going to go to the strip club?
Exactly. Do you understand how hard it was for our grandparents to see, or do you understand how hard it was for your granddad to see a naked woman back in the day? Think about how you got to see a naked woman in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was really hard. You had to actually talk to this woman, woo her. Maybe she even tell you, look, if you want to see me naked, you have
Theory
to
was a
marry
real
me.
thing.
You understand?
Yeah.
So you had to work for it. These days, I don't have to tell any girl I like her. All I have to do is just get my phone.
That is so
I'm on X
true.
videos and I'm already seeing naked people.
And that is so true. You know, the thing
It all comes down to money.
And ladies, listen, I understand. People have contaminated the pool. They have messed it up. It's become a situation where you can't be with this guy and deny him sex. He's going to leave you. I understand, but keep your morals because you'll be unique. At this point, everyone is serving it. Like,
That's the truth.
even today, you and I can conduct this experiment. We will go somewhere just off the cloud of men's conference. She gonna drop those panties.
It takes discipline. Believe me, we are already experiencing that. But if you are a man, at the end of the day,
Yeah.
a strong man is one that controls his
Extra
desire.
power.
Don't even
Just
go
Exactly.
down the road of saying man. Now, guys, this is a snippet of my book. There's a difference. There's a boy, a man, and a king. If
Wow.
he is a king,
Okay.
if he is a king, he will prance those streets knowing I got her back. He will, each penny he counts is for the development of you and that household. And if you are the queen and not just a girl, honey, you will tell him, hey, love, I know the day was long. Do you need a back massage? You won't do it for the gram. You will cook him a hot meal because damn, that man deserves it.
You know,
Yeah.
I think I need to buy you land and house. Huh?
Yeah, seriously,
yeah,
because
like-
to be honest with you, she's giving off energy that we are not seeing in many females
exactly,
these days.
yeah.
We just
Exactly.
don't, and I'm not trying here to bash
No, no,
girls
no,
here
no,
or
no.
anything, but where are all of you? You know what I mean? Like,
No, darlings, don't worry. My Facebook page is there. We can always
we'll
get you for a
definitely,
little some. Yeah.
make sure that
I
you're
mean,
part of it.
I mean, technically, she already explained her background, right? Like her father was being around, so I think that kind of
Exactly.
contributed to the fact that
Yeah.
she's now she's able to tell what she's supposed to do as a woman. While most women come from a background where their father's been absent since the day they were born.
Let's not use that as an excuse.
It's actually significant.
No.
but,
Listen,
um,
I'm in
yeah.
psychology and I know what I'm saying. Just because you didn't have a dad and you didn't have that man, find a man to do that for you. I understand it's easy to be broken, right? There's so many old men. You know, there's men who have met, just offered me a ride. This is an old guy, and we have a conversation. And the pearls of wisdom he gave me in a very short period of time are things I still carry with me. It's not just my dad that built me. It was other men in my life. Shout out to Mr. Daka and Mr. Tembo, my school teachers.
But do you agree that your father was like the foundation?
My
Yeah.
father was the foundation, yes, but other men played a role too.
That's
You know,
true.
let's not bash women with no dads. Let's not make it seem like just because you don't have a dad. Like I've heard guys give a very stupid excuse of I can't marry her because she didn't have a father.
Okay,
No.
that's
No, but-
quite shallow.
Like
but here
I've
is the
heard
thing.
Yeah.
such things.
But if you compare the statistics between the two, which
Yeah.
women
Yeah,
are,
of course, the women that will be much more grounded are us who had our dads around.
Yeah.
True. But again, I think this is something I was having a conversation with my dad again, and he was talking about how these days young people don't have a spirit to persevere and find solutions. Just because the problem is that your father was not there doesn't mean you can't find somebody. Guys, let's be realistic. There's people who offer free wisdom. If you want, go on your Facebook or YouTube and search Super Dad or something like that. You will find men who literally make videos just to be there for someone.
but
They
Rose-
even offer sessions, like lifelong sessions.
Yeah, but Rose, why would a girl do that when she can stream Cardi B's new music video?
Or Megan Thee
'Cause here's the
Stallion.
thing.
Priorities.
Our generation is distracted all the time. You see?
We are distracted from the reality of who we are.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Sit down. You know, sometimes it's not always that you should be going anywhere special or shiny to either leave the house or to sit down. Why are we stuck to our phones? we are running away from ourselves.
Running away from
It's an
reality.
escape, yes. It's an
We
escape.
Most people are running away
be
from reality.
self-aware, and this is another thing. Before you jump into that relationship, or if you are in a relationship, be self-aware. Sit down with yourself. Feel those emotions, write them down, journal. You know, these days people find it weird for people like me who have books. Like, I move with a book everywhere I go. If you piss me off, I'm going to write. Then later I'll tell you what I'm feeling. That culture has died. Let's bring it back. Journal, write what you're feeling. Scream what you're feeling if you want, but don't scream at somebody. First, feel it. Identify, okay, right now, me, I'm pissed. Or right now, I'm sad. Right now, I'm lonely. You know, I've come to the realization in my broken most moments, right? I hate giving examples of myself, but I will. In my broken moments, I did realize those times I entertained guys not because I needed them or because I wanted them. It's because I was feeling something and I needed to be distracted. And I didn't want to address it. I didn't want to sit down and feel what I was feeling. It's normal. We're humans. It hurts. I understand. But even when you're getting into relationships, when was the last time you asked yourself before you approached a girl, why you're doing it?
As a man, why I do it, my instincts just tell me, you're in for the kill, strike.
Okay.
I'm
How
lying,
about-
come on.
And you?
May I just ask myself, okay, why is it that I want this girl? You know, do I want to marry her? Do I want to be in a relationship with her? Do I want to have sex with her? So those are the questions you ask yourself.
Exactly.
You know, rather
I
than just say,
think-
I want to go. But look, with men and women, it's different.
They're
Yeah.
very different,
With
yeah.
men,
You're
you
intentional.
no. With men, you
In the moment?
No. With men,
We
you need
strategize.
to surround yourself with women in order to know what kind of woman you need to
I
be with,
get
right?
it.
But with women, because it's easier for you to get a man that you don't need to be around men. This is why when a man has a woman, he refuses the woman to have male besties, because now that distracts or that destroys the relationship
And-
that the woman's in.
And I feel like the more men she deals with, is the more her standards go up. Or maybe she'll start even to compare to her current man and say,
So
wow.
you're trying to keep her in a certain leash?
No.
It's not even a leash.
No. What we're saying is that in terms of social, like when it comes to workplace, right? There we don't mind because you have no choice.
Okay.
But let's say maybe you're off, right? Off work. And then maybe you're supposed to be with me today. Then you give an excuse and say, "Oh no, honey, I just want to do it. Go chill with my friends." But meaning you're going to your bestie,
Guys,
right? To
yes.
guys.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
I feel like
Okay, let me say something. You know, when we say this, I know when we talk about this specific story, about this specific topic about women staying away from having male besties, it creates friction. But let me put it out like this, all right? Women can easily access sex compared to a man.
Well, yeah.
Okay, all you have to do is be you.
you.
Just step
you.
outside. Boom. Everybody
You
wants to
don't-
sleep
you
with
don't
you.
even have to say
But
anything.
as a guy, I have to put in effort. This is why when we say, when a man tells you, I've slept with 1,000 women, you have to look at the type of man that he is. Like,
Exactly.
okay, where is he? But when a girl tells you, like, dude, you're just giving it away. Okay, there's a difference. So here is the issue. When we tell girls, look, it's not okay for you to have all these male friends, because we are men at the end of the day. We understand male psychology. Men don't want to be friends with girls, especially pretty girls. Look, any guy that is telling you, oh, me, my best friend, she's a very beautiful friend, but she's just a friend, he's lying.
You're lying.
And
He's
besides,
lying.
And besides,
you understand?
I have a story that I want to share because
yeah.
I saw it like I think 2 days ago, where this chick was like, no, a man proposed to her, right? But then she wanted to go for advice. She went to look for advice, and guess who she went to? Her male bestie.
Best friend.
And yeah, he did say no, accept his proposal. But before that, he smashed her.
Exactly, because here's the situation. Okay, what you should understand as guys is this: the simps that we spoke about that wait for the right time to attack. Maybe you denied them, because when the male and the platonic friend dynamic is usually initiated by a woman. Think about it. When when a girl and a guy are friends, it's usually the girl who suggested to be friends. The guy had to just more like
Okay.
accept it the way it is.
Hold up.
Yeah.
What I'm getting from this whole thing, right? It gets back to our roots. I feel the whole notion of brothers and sisters died down a long time ago. I think that's the reason why we have these insecurities. I don't think today. No. Today.
In the olden days, there was no such thing as men and women
Today.
being friends. I don't expect. I
No,
don't.
wait,
that never happened.
Wait, today, you have a daughter, and the only person that can remain is maybe the guy who stays in the house with you guys. Are you going to be comfortable to leave them?
Well, if he's a family member of mine, of course, to a degree, I will be comfortable. But
To a degree.
Yeah,
Whether
yeah.
they're relatives or not, right?
no, not
don't
whether.
worry.
No. Here, that's a very different analogy you're putting out here.
Yeah. I understand. Don't worry. I know where I'm getting with this. The whole thing where we used to find safety in fellow men, that died. Yes, from the past, there was nothing like girls and guys being friends. Me, I grew up in a neighborhood where if they see you with a boy, hey, today I sitting at the table
There was a reason
and they're
for that.
explaining.
Yeah.
And there was a good reason. It's fine. It's understandable. And that's true. We can't just think that, oh, friends. No. I understand that to a certain degree. I'm not downplaying that it is a dangerous life that people have started to lead. But the main point here is I think we've died down the culture of just looking at someone and spending time with someone and just taking them as a person. These days it's become, at some point,
We're hypersexualized.
thank you. Right now, we are so hypersexual. It's sad.
I wouldn't say. I mean,
But-
look.
but that could be
it
true,
is-
but
it is
Rose-
natural. It is natural
Yes.
for
No,
men and
like,
women
why do you
to
think we're
attract each
hearing
other.
stories of
Wait,
the daughter dating the father in the house?
It is natural for men,
Yeah,
a man
okay,
and
that's
a
just
woman
incest.
to attract.
That is just effed up.
It is
Like-
natural for a man and a woman to be sexually attracted to each
Yeah.
other. This is why men and women cannot be friends. This is why, as a man, when you have a girlfriend or a wife, it is not good for a girl, for your woman to be around male friends, because those guys initially want to sleep with her.
Yeah.
You know, and they'll convince her by all means, more especially if they've got a crazy best friend of theirs who convinces them to go out with her in order to hang around with guys around them. You know?
Rose, I can
Yeah.
tell you that most of the male friends that you think are your friends,
Oh no, I know they all want to be my aunties. Don't
exactly.
worry.
That's what
you
we're
you
saying.
don't even have to explain
Yes,
it.
Exactly.
all of them.
Like
You
the
see?
second I get into a relationship, I think my guy friends hate me
Of
because
course,
at that point it's going to become, oh, this got you. I'm like, oh,
Because they
sorry,
wanted a
nigga.
chance.
Yes,
It's not
because
gonna happen.
Because that's the thing. Here's that's the situation. Have you ever noticed why pop stars, immediately they get married, their fame goes down?
Oh yeah.
Because for some reason, every guy thought he could have a chance at some point. Yeah, that's the situation.
Even the
Yeah.
support goes down.
Exactly,
But
because here is the issue: a man and let's not. The West is always trying to purport this analogy. Oh, men and women can be platonic friends. That's not a problem. But
even if you're gay, it's a lie.
the nature just doesn't allow it.
Even if
We
you're
once-
so-called gay.
me and DC once told a girl to say, okay, I've got a male best friend. I was like, okay, so we want you to do a test. Call your male best friend today. Let him spend the night at your house. We want you to be in the same room today. And let's see if nothing happens. If possible, if you could manage just to sleep, let him sleep with his boxer and you in your panties. And see if nothing will happen. Because believe me, a man and a woman in the same room, lock them up for 2 days. And see
That's
if
when
nothing
you see.
is going to
Anyway,
happen.
you know what? Again, that's just a today thing.
I wish we could go as far.
Oh
Yeah.
my
but
goodness.
yeah, I would love to read the message so that you guys can actually,
Yeah.
We have already reached messages. Oh
Yeah,
my
we
goodness.
have, we
Oh,
have.
Damn.
time flies, eh?
It does. It does.
yeah.
So,
Pop us
got a
up.
message right here. It says, "Hello, I'm a male, age 27. I really need your advice.
Mm.
I have a girlfriend of 2 years, and we stay together. But I found her with a baby girl. The baby girl is becoming 3 years tomorrow. But my girlfriend decided to celebrate the daughter's birthday at her baby daddy's family, and I wanted to celebrate it at our house. She has refused. I have been there for both of them since I found her. What hurts me is she is going today. The party is tomorrow, which means she's gonna stay for a night. Remember, the baby daddy still stays with his family, so it means they will sleep under one roof. I would like to be on the daughter's birthday because she is also part of my life. I love her, but as if the way it's going, it's impossible for me to be on the party. I don't really feel comfortable with it. I really feel betrayed, and I want to end the relationship today because I feel I can't manage this pain for the whole of my life if I stay with her, because she will do it again every birthday. I want to know, am I really wrong if I end the relationship? I want to hear your view on this issue.
Miro juice.
Should I say something?
Let's start with Laz.
Laz, please say something, man.
Wait, so what does he want? Like, is he asking if he should end it or continue it?
He's asking what advice would you give him?
I think she should just end it, man. Because it would make sense for him to stay with her if the baby daddy wasn't involved. Maybe she was somewhere else. Maybe they didn't really communicate. But at this point, there's a 50-50 chance that she's still attached to the same guy. Because we all know that if a girl... we all know. I hope this won't trigger. We all know that if you have a child outside marriage and the guy's still around, it's like it's a bit difficult for a chick to actually move on from the same guy. So that's what I feel like he should just end it and move on. Otherwise he's just going to cause himself bruh, you should just end it, man. You should just end it. That's what I think.
Like he wanted to say a lot, but he held himself back.
We're waiting for this opinion.
That ranking guy.
Let me tell you something. First of all, this dude already knows his answer. The reason he's asking, the reason he's doubting, it's because he knows in his brain, he knows what he's supposed to do. He's just waiting for confirmation from the men's conference to tell him, like, yes, fam, that's the right decision you're making. Go do it. Now, here's what I'm going to tell this dude. First of all, okay, a girl that has a baby daddy, there's a bond there. We've always said a child is a strong bond, okay? We've heard girls say, I forgot about my exes. That's okay. But it becomes another issue when there is a child in play. These people will always find a way to meet each other at some point. And there are guys out there that are so sneaky. They'll say, I made a mistake for making us not work out. But I feel like I want to do this for our kid. Don't you think our kid deserves a home where he or she has a mom and dad at the same time in the same house? And I'm sorry, most baby mamas, 99.9 of them, fall for that trick. We all know he just wants to get back access to her. Okay? So the guy is very stupid for actually thinking his wife, or rather his girl, can go to the baby daddy's place and nothing will happen. She's disrespected him by saying, I want the kid to have a party or a birthday party at my baby daddy's house. That already tells you, fam, that this chick is not for you.
A red flag.
You need to fly away. You need to go.
And I feel like
otherwise it's done.
And I feel like that was an excuse she just used to go to see him.
Exactly.
Okay.
Rose?
Listen, guys. I can just say middle juice step. But this shows something, right?
Yeah.
This relationship never had boundaries. You guys did not make boundaries. So even as I give my advice, guys, pick one thing. Boundaries are important. Discuss these things before you find yourself in a situation where you're asking an ADC for help. Discuss these things. But here's the advice, right? Yes, breaking up will look like a good solution, and it is, because I'm sorry, the level of toxicity there is top notch. The fact that she did not, have this conversation to you prior, guys, a birthday is something that we know is going to happen, right?
Yeah.
So we could have talked about it from back then. Co-parenting is possible. Just because we have a kid together doesn't mean I am glued to you for life. That's something people should understand. Unhealthy
the
people...
kid is the glue.
No, listen. Unhealthy people are the ones that form those problems, right? I've seen co-parents who are so cordial and so respectful to each other's lives that birthdays have to be discussed with the current spouse. I have seen families that have gotten to a point where they say, who among the two that broke up is married? Oh, okay, you're the married one. We're hosting at your house. Why? Because we want to respect that relationship. Now, this is a trap for you, young lady, too. If you know the story is yours, the guy's family and the guy himself want to ruin you because they know what you have. If it was a situation that the relationship that you have is going nowhere, they wouldn't have even wasted their time troubling you to come over to that house or whatever. I'm sorry to look like I'm trying to think about the double-minded situation there, but you played yourself too. Because, one, you allowed yourself to disrespect your home. A 2-year relationship, that's close to the ring. It's very close to the ring. It's touching the ring. And you mess that up. Worse, you live with this guy. So practically you are married. And you think you can go and sleep over? Even if you say I'm sleeping in the girl's room, guys, that's so triggering. It's so triggering. So for you, my brother, listen, a boundary has been crossed. I don't know if you guys communicated it. That is unhealthy. We can say try to work that line, but already that shows that a line of disrespect has been created days before that happened, years, even months before. For her to think it's okay to step out of her home with you and go to another guy's house, whether it's for the kid, sorry, the respect was not that strong from the start. If you're going to break up and you're going to another relationship, please identify boundaries.
My nigga just bounced now. Leave the girl.
But what's your advice for him? Whether he should stay or should leave?
No, that I'm going to leave on you. Don't cry for us. Guys, I want to did that.
No.
Guys from men conference told me to leave.
It's a Tingamuzi and Jebele. Who told you to let your girl disrespect you? Is it the men's conference?
Yeah, even you. You know, people are difficult. But all I'm going to tell you is
a man crying.
Off the behavior you have seen for a while. If you want, privately DM me. We can have a session about this. We can literally have a talk about this. I offer free therapy sessions here and there. 2 sessions are free. The next you start to pay. But then make the decision based off what you have seen yourself. I can't just wake up today and say, oh, I'm going to my baby daddy's house and I'm celebrating my son's birthday there. Doesn't that look sketchy? Like you've been in a happy relationship this whole time and all of a sudden I can make that
And that's
decision.
why the guy has to leave the woman.
Exactly. So it means it's been a line. Even for you to come and make it as public as asking us, bro, that relationship broke a long time.
I for one, think this lady has already been pumping up with the guy before even this birthday party issue.
Yeah, because guys, we can't even talk about the masculine energy being strong from the nigga.
I know that the dude just has to walk.
Anyway, before we actually go far, I've got another message as well.
Oh, there too.
Yeah, two. Say, hello, kindly hide my ID. I want to try to understand something from you, my fellow men. Do you really think that lack of money can make a woman, your wife, who was respecting you, to start disrespecting you? I had my business, which were going on well, and my wife was really respectful and never denied me sex. But once things went bad for me, I feel like I can't tell her anything. I feel like I can't tell her anything. She won't even listen. Kindly share your experience with a brother. Advice.
So first of all, no, Laz, take this one.
Okay, right. So I feel like probably the problem is that he hasn't really inspired her to believe in him, because I feel like most women need reassurance that okay, despite his business going down, I still have faith in him that he's going to get back up. So I feel like maybe he's done more complaining than trying to find more solutions. So I think that's what I think basically.
Kurine, I just feel like that man, he seems torn in the sense that this is why we say do not complain in front of your females. I feel like he's been, where the times when things are just really hard, you don't even know what to do. But as guys, this is why you go and talk to your friends. Go talk to your male friends that in the life, ya kosa, boy, I don't know what to do. The last thing I would do is sit in front of my girl and tell her I can't fix this problem. Because girls expect a guy to fix a problem. It might be hard, but they expect us to fix a problem. I am not going to hear that BS saying, oh no, you can come be open with me. Girls have a tendency of saying what is politically correct, what is acceptable to say, but act differently. She'll tell you, no, you can tell me anything. Baby, the business is hard. Oh, baby, I don't even know how we're going to solve the problem. He's been doing that for 2 years. She'll start to think like he's a very incompetent guy. The moment you complain, you over-complain to a female, she starts to think you are incompetent, you do not have it in you to fix a problem, and the disrespect comes in immediately. So for him, I don't know how he can handle that issue right there, but what I can tell him is fix your problem and stop complaining in front of your wife. That's the first thing I can tell you.
Rose?
Well, listen, it's a two-way street, right? I understand you have to complain at some point. Even the boys start laughing at you. Yeah. This goes to women. I know it's a bitter pill to swallow. Be the comfort he needs, unfortunately. I think the biggest part that just made me feel cringe from the whole message was that she has started to disrespect him and deny privileges of marriage to him. That part is unacceptable. I don't care if he whines like a little girl. I really don't care. Fact is, you still have to be there and submit. And sorry to say this, but where is the power woman that we claim to be in this instance? Because if you see a problem in the household and he's trying to figure it out, making the bigger deals, why can't you try with the small things? Start selling tomatoes, sell to my bonnets, jewelry. I'm sorry, I don't want to come to be the bearer of bad news, but my lady here is also messing up. Yes, daddy shouldn't complain too much, but you're human. You yourself said it. Guys have got the feminine and the masculine side. You're not wrong, sir, for complaining about that. I honestly feel maybe you guys should sit down, have a conversation about it. Tell her how you feel before you think it's what and what. Yes, she's being a bit mean. I understand. That happens. Like for us women, we don't even realize it. You know how we behave when we're PMSing, eh? Like the second we are in that stressed moment, we just act out. Yeah, I understand. But try to have a conversation with her. Tell her how you feel. Sit her down and tell her, you know, when you do this and this and this, it makes me feel this way. And if that fails, you can seek counsel or guidance if you're comfortable enough from others, which I think you've done. And I will honestly tell you, at that point, it's not about what you can do and what you cannot do. It's also about how she is as a person. There's just people who are naturally empathetic as women. And women out there, just because he's broke, guys, doesn't mean you now start calling him names. Please, when he comes back from the grind, kneel down, do what you can. Give that man a foot massage. Make him a meal. It doesn't make him any less of a man. Money comes and goes. Who knows? Maybe that's their test for their marriage. People who have been married for years will tell you the second something should be real, problems come. And that's your testing point. And when they go, they just go. Like I know couples that have stayed together. You ask, how did you survive that? They just stayed. Get it, eh? So she has no right to do what she's doing to you. That's wrong. And mommy, I don't know what you're going through. I'm sorry. I know it gets hard. But remember, he's human too. There's times when it's just hard. It's just hard. Go out there and grind. I hustle. I own 3 companies, guys. There's times when a deal looks good.
That's fantastic.
You know that this deal, if it passes, I'm taking my family to the Maldives, guys.
All of a sudden.
And then all of a sudden, one thing did. And you can have 20 of those things. Like 20 of those deals. Now imagine being the person you live with in the same house. It's frustrating. I understand. I know. But the fact that he gets up every day and tries again, even if he takes a month break because his mental health can't take it, tolerate it. Take your time, be there, give him ideas. Where are the women that give ideas? Me, my mother, if something happens in the house, that woman will wake up and come and say, okay, honey, let's sit down. We're going to do this. I remember when I was old enough, I would be involved in family plans. Mom will be there spitting ideas. Okay, if you're shupa, we have sewing machines. Honey, make that phone call. Since they know you, me, I'm going to sew. My mother would sleep on a sewing machine the whole night to make things work. Where is that, women? Let's bring that back. So just because he's broke today doesn't mean he's trash. You know, it's going to be, there'll be a girl out there who even introduce women. We have friends. Let's not behave like we don't have connections. We have rich men in rich towers wanting to undress us every single day. Why not use that to the benefit of your husband? Why not? Oh, meet my husband. This is my guy. If you want to lie to him that you send him nudes, make the connection happen. And when it happens, block the nigga. Take care of your man.
Women, have you heard this? Wait, have you heard
Now that's what we call using femininity to your advantage.
Exactly.
Be a dominant female. Not the dominant internet. No, I'm a dominant female because no. Be smart up there, man.
I like
you
her.
know your guy is broke, he's a doctor. You know some guy in a position. Stand up. Like say, we should go out on dinner. I have a friend I want to introduce you to. Don't even say he's your man. I have a friend I want to introduce you to. Hey, you sit down. No, really help him because even make lies. My father has been sponsoring this boy for so long. I want him off my chats. After they sponsor him, he's in a good position. Go back to your man, block that nigga. How hard's that?
Handshake.
You know what?
Respect.
She's the first. You know what? I don't do this, but I'm just gonna have to. Okay, let's give credit where it's due.
Exactly. Exactly.
You.
You ain't never gonna see ranting guy do that again.
So
Yeah.
any last words? We're about to end the show. Laz?
Well, what I'll say is that as a man, always make sure you improve yourself. Be better than you were yesterday. Always make sure that you keep your woman attracted to you. And the best way you can do that is be better than you were. How can I phrase it? Because women are designed to be attracted to be the best. They're not designed to be loyal. So you have to understand that you have to be the best man you can be if you want her attraction to stay with you for long term. Yeah, so that's what I'll say.
Okay, Mia, I'll say something, and then Rose, then that ranting guy gets to close the show. So for me, I would say always work hard, always do your best, never give up. I know life is very hard, but at the end of the day, it's life. So always believe in a God that he's going to put you in a path that has so many obstacles in life, but just know you're going to breeze through them as easy as possible. So always pray, always believe in yourself.
Thank you.
Always know that, okay, I'm going to find the best woman that's actually going to help me grow, have a good family, and grow my financial status. Always look for new information out there. Never limit yourself, and always have a brotherhood. Guys, always have a brotherhood out there. The problem with you men is that you always want to isolate yourself. So always surround yourself with brothers that are willing to see you succeed. So that is what I would say. Rose?
To everyone, both male and female, invest in yourself. Love yourself. Take the time to love yourself. When you can't take it to the heels, take it to your knees. And when you take it to your knees, let it go. That's all.
Wow, that was beautiful. So it's my turn now.
Yeah.
Thou shalt not simp. That's the best I can say right now.
Oh, wow.
Simping is ruining the world, okay? And for the ladies out there, we know you can get it anywhere, but don't give it away cheaply.
Yeah.
And for the dudes out there, don't be desperate for it. If it ain't worth it, don't move for it. My nigga, just work on yourself. Try to be the best that you can be, like the guys have said. There's not much to say here because they've already said everything that needs to be said. Simping is a sin in the eyes of the men's conference. We shall not stop saying that. That's the best I can say, and that's the furthest I can say. Otherwise, this is the end of the podcast, episode 10. Rose, thank you for coming through.
Thanks for having
Very,
me.
very, very great conversation we've had here,
Yeah.
guys. Thank you for being part of it. I thank myself for being part of it. And I thank everybody that's making it possible. In the backdrop, you just never see
You're
it.
doing a good
The guys
job.
are putting in the work, and I would like to thank our sponsor for today. That was PULSE Zambia. I just finished the bottle. Vani was that in charcoal. You see, I'm already stumbling upon my words. But this is PULSE episode inspired. You understand? Like the pulse in my veins. Try out the drinks, guys. They're very fine. I just tried the blueberry. I just finished the bottle right there.
Yeah.
And I wanted to take more, but kui chai, you don't want to look too drunk.
Self-restriction.
But at the end of the day, guys, have a blessed week. Make sure you stay strong and don't go doing the bad vibes that don't add any value to your life. Life is short, guys. Make it count.